A lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. But not for... Holy shit. Eaten. That was fun. So here I'm going to start to talk about my build. The way that I make builds is I try to make in a very organic way. I go playing the game and I look at what I have and what I want to have. For example, for minions, I don't like to explode my minions, to spend my minions. I like permanent minions. I don't know, that's the way I like the game to go for me. I like to play with things that make sense for me. I like to see cool things in the screen. So that's how I guide my... Obviously, I like to have clear speed and single targets. Yeah, sure. But I like things that are visually cool to see. And I will test the meta builds of like the big influencers that are doing, but I like to create my own builds, and that's what I'm going to present here for you guys. So this build is, let's go for the passives first. I went for an infernalist. I got all of the minion builds this way. Like it's really fine, the campaign. Doesn't matter if you're playing hardcore or not. You don't really need to invest that much in defenses. Just like the most difficult part is bossing. And so if you have damage enough, things are so fast, so you just invest everything in minions. A little bit of defense here and there, but not much defense. I didn't invest that much in defense. I took all of these nodes, took these nodes here. I took the reviving nodes are really important for bosses, especially in campaign, obviously. Or else you die and you're just waiting for them to come back. Bunch of damage nodes and even the accuracy here because I have the minions that attack. As I got to maps, I decided to go for Mind Over Matter and Eldritch Battery, so that I have Energy Shield as mana. Mind Over Matter is my main defense because it's my mana, my defense, and obviously we have armor here, but I'm going to talk about armor and the conversions later on. I have right now 3,550 exactly of effective health pool, and it's pretty comfortable. Right now I'm investing in mana regen. I got these nodes, these nodes. Going towards this node now. The mana regen like keeps sustaining and keeps me alive in situations where I still haven't had any close call so far, so it's been good. Like I said, I like to play hardcore, but that's just me. Doesn't matter what you play, you just have to have fun. And for the Ascendance, I started the Hellhound, which makes the build really online and really defensive. But at the beginning, as you go in the campaign, it's really powerful. I tried to go here, but there's a bug that you have the command gas arrow here. That is my main skill of damage and clear and everything. And this spends my mana so that the minions cast a skill. And somehow it was not giving me the parametric pack, the stoppage of the diminishing it. So I wasn't able to maintain a high parametric Infernal Flame. So therefore, I'm going to assume this is a bug, and then I had to just respect. I was going very, very, very offensive. Now I went to the defensive way, which, to be fair, is better. I haven't had any close calls so far, probably because I went to the full defensive way. And this here is pretty powerful, especially for physical damage, not as much of the other damages. Helps them a bit because, for example, I couldn't fit the last 7 cold resistance here since I upgraded from the previous chest that was not that good to this chest that is a little more decent. So that really helps with the lack of cold resistance. The rest are fine, and kills I'm almost there. And this here makes total sense with the mind over matter, like total sense of the mind over matter. Because I'm investing in mana regen, so it's better that I have just a lot of mana than life. And the more they convert, anyhow, goes for mana. So yeah. So now for gems, I have the Skeletal Warrior that is just a buffer. I want these two to be tanks, that's why I'm investing in Rattling Scepters, to have the Skeletal Warrior as the front. So since I don't have a shock source, I'm trying here with Lightning Infusion and Stormfire for the occasional shock, rare, but it happens. And the Elemental Army for it to be a little tankier at all times. The Hound has two functions: to be alive, to be front, and to ignite enemies. So has Magnified Effect to ignite further, has the Wildfire to spread, has the Mid Shield to be tankier, influence a little bit of the damage of the ignite, but it's mostly to be tankier, and the Fire Exposure because I need like fire defenses to be lower, only because of its own ignite, but also to the base damage of the Skeletal Sniper that has a lot of fire damage, and it's but for the active here that will come with the explosion. So it ignites pretty decently, 1.9 meters, spreads for exposure. The inflammability right now has the persistence for duration, effect, and fire mastery. So effect, duration. So I use it. It's not excellent, not too bad. Since I play hardcore, I don't want to forfeit a shield, so I still haven't gone for like 2 weapon sets. I'm waiting for like a decent shield to drop, so that I can maybe find a nice wand to go and like make the 2 weapon set for a curse set up here. But you should do this, especially if you have like a skill that debuffs, and then you go for a normal skill. You should make the weapon sets differently. It's so powerful. That's a so powerful mechanics that we have right now. The sniper is the basis of the build. It has Feeding Frenzy that makes you like they deal more damage. They are in the back, so they are not taking damage, so they take more damage, but they deal more damage. The Immolates that they deal more damage against ignited enemies, but they themselves don't ignite. Fire Infusion that they take the gain part of their physical damage as fire, and Minion Mastery, which helps everything. And all of these 4 support gems, they work with the Poison and Explosion. Poison Cloud is when nobody's ignited, so enemies take a lot of poison damage per second, but Explosion is the aim, because the Hellhound is igniting everybody all the time, so that the Poison Cloud explodes all the time for a decent amount of damage. The damage on the 2 tip is not including the Fire Infusion one, the Immolate one, because it's more damage against ignited enemies, which they will be, or else there wouldn't be an explosion, and then the 30% here is included. So the Pain Offering buffs them for less mana cost, because I spend my life by using any spells, obviously, for larger area of effect, and also Font of Mana, which helps me sustain myself alive. Obviously, I need as much mana regen as possibly for as long as possible, for as large an area as possible, and I use on CD to buff my minions as well. Skeletal Warrior, this is when I have like room in the spirits for another summon, but normally I don't have it. I prefer to have the full-on Skeletal Snipers because they help on clear, they give me more arrows, and they are a buffer after all when there is no more like defenses, the occasional death of the hounds, the warriors there. So these here are just when I have extra spirits, so they are not even configured. But I was going to go for less gasp and any other tanking thing. I was testing bleed before, but it wasn't in the campaign. In Shield Charge that I had some supports here, but since my last upgrade made me have 7 dexterity, I can't have anything good here. And let's go for the gear right now. I play Trade League, I love trading, I trade all the day and all day long. I have bought 1 item, which is the shield. The shield is pretty good. I think it's cost me 19 exalt. It's a pretty good armor value there. 752 has the mana when you block. It's probably from the Vow, right? Has maximum life. Has a lot of life that also converts to mana, but it's effective health pool anyhow. Strength, cold resistance. Pretty decent stun threshold there. The rest is by my own finding or crafting or gambling or the campaign. And it's just like the +4 is important in the scepter here. The anoint here, the defensive reflexes, it's pretty decent. It makes my block go from 26 to 29, and the two additional mana that you gain when you block doesn't hurt, right? Since I have mind over matter anyhow. So the rest is just found items that I exalted or finished crafting, or this one here I applied some chaos resistances. I ended up buying, acquiring the cast speed, which helps with this, definitely. And the rest is just maximum life, maximum mana, resistances. Maximum life, maximum mana, resistances, and attributes. And I haven't found a nice boots with decent resistances, decent life, and movement speed so far. As you can see, I could have bought more, but you have to be careful as well because you can break your build. And I don't have so much currency. I've been spending a lot of currency trying to build my items, failing. I have 2 divines here, decent. But yeah, I only have found 1 other orb. So the moment that I find the second one, I'm going to try to corrupt this for the last sockets, but I still haven't found. And yeah, that's it. That's for the build. I'm pushing. Last night I went to sleep, I was 320 in the ladder. I don't know what I am now, but it's nice to be in the ladder. Not many people play hardcore anyways, and I'm trying to be alive. I'm going to try to push to 80, 85. Let's see how far can I get this. I know that I'm pretty sure that as I approach tier 10s and more, I'm going to have more levels of minion skills to have more damage with the skeletons, and especially a 6 link here wouldn't hurt. So yeah, that's it. That's for the build. Hope that you enjoy. Playing hardcore, softcore doesn't matter. You have to enjoy what you're playing. And that's what I'm playing. I'm pretty much alive, and the clear speed is decent. The single target damage is insane, and I see you in the next one. Please subscribe. It helps the channel a lot. Like the video for the algorithm, and I see you in the next video. Thank you. Goodbye.